Okay, thank you. Willie, what's good? Good, how about you? Hey, buddy. How are you?
Good. Or
Good.
long day yesterday.
I think it was like 13 hours. Yeah.
I was meant to be back for the second
Yeah.
session and got pulled away from it. But
Yeah.
it seemed like the last interview sessions were short too. Right?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, not too bad. Can't complain. So, yeah.
It's a lot quieter than the OU crew.
I know, yeah. Very quiet.
Worrying.
Yeah. All right, we are joined by Tennessee head coach Karen Weekly and players Sophia Nugent and Alana Leach. A reminder to please silence your cell phones and give your name and media affiliation when you do get the mic to ask a question. Recording the press conference with your cell phones prohibited. Video. And if you're going to ask a question on Zoom, please use the raise hand function. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach Weekly, then go to questions just for players, dismiss players, and then go to questions just for Coach Weekly. So if you have an opening statement, feel free.
This team continues to just make me so proud to be their coach. And I know our entire staff is. I'm just super proud of our staff, too, the way they got these guys prepared. Craig with our hitting, Steph and Aubrey with the defense, Megan with the pitching. We hadn't faced Florida, and it was a quick turnaround and obviously an emotional night. But these guys said two things in the locker room last night. Number one, they said, Carlin, it's not your fault. And number two, Carlin, we got your back. And they showed tonight they definitely had each other's back and certainly had Carlin's back. And I'm just glad we're going to get to play another day, one day at a time.
Okay, we'll open questions for players. Second row on the left here.
Core Hall with the Knox News Sentinel. For Alana and Sophia, just what were you guys what was going through your mind in that first inning when you guys just kept stringing those hits together, and how good did it feel to start off the game that way?
In the first inning, we were just really thinking attack our pitch, attack the zone we want. We knew the umpire had a little bit of a smaller zone, so stay within that. And then it honestly felt like we just kind of broke it open, and it just really propelled us to keep going every inning.
Yeah, I would just say we were just trusting our preparation and just leaning on each other just to keep those hits going and the energy going.
Okay, we'll go second row left here, or front row left, sorry.
Trevor McGee, the Daily Beacon. For both the players, what were some of those other conversations like, aside from talking about Carlin over these last 24 hours, to see that come to fruition today?
Sophie, if you want to start, then we'll go down.
It wasn't really a talk about Carlin. It was a talk about today's a new day, and we're going to focus on each other, and we're going to come in to compete.
And like Soph said, just like our mindset, continuing to play freely and just trust our preparation and just go out there and give it all we got.
Okay, we'll go back to second row on the left.
Sophia, Alana has she started some games. She's been subbed in some games in the postseason, but for her to start today and to have the performance she had in her first Women's College World Series, just how impressive is it to see that from her?
I think it's really impressive. I mean, she prepares every single day. She's always out there making diving plays in the outfield and just working every day in the cages, and I really think all her preparation came and showed on the field today.
More questions for players? Okay, front row left.
For also both of you, everyone that started had a hit today. What does it say about the depth of the lineup to be able to come out with emotions high and each be able to do something to contribute?
I would just say that we have worked so hard and we have come prepared and we're just ready for whatever opportunity comes our way. So, yeah.
And I think it really helped to just keep everything level, breathe really hard. It was less of up and trying to get high and high energy. It's more of a let's stay calm and let's attack.
Okay, we'll go back second row left here.
Alana, you and Gabby were actually next to each other in the lineup in Supers, and then today to start together in the World Series. Just, what does that mean to you, and how cool is it to be able to start alongside your twin sister?
It's super cool. I've grown up obviously playing with her, and it's fun to see her succeed and stuff, but it's always just comfortable seeing her there too, and I just love watching her play. So wherever I am in the lineup, I enjoy it.
Okay, we go front row left.
Alana, to be able to see the freshmen be able to contribute this well in their first showing of the Women's College World Series, what does it mean to you and the rest of the class?
It just means that they've worked so hard, and they've just been prepared for whatever they are coming to do, and just continuing to just grow and learn from all of us. So yeah, they're ready.
Okay, we go second row left again.
Alana, I'm sure you were probably at some of the World Series when Aubrey was on the team. Just do you have any memories of watching her play and just how cool it is to have her still, with the team now when you're on the team?
I'm not sure if she ever made it to the World Series, but I was saying to my teammates that, like, when I used to come when I was little, I remember sitting in that left field stand and being like, this is such a cool thing and, like, such a dream of mine. So me being out there on the field and looking up into the stands and seeing those kids was really just made me smile. So made
This
me
might
very
be the
happy.
first thing the Twins have on Aubrey.
All right, we'll go front row left.
Riley Robinson, WVLT. Sophia, I know Sage coming in, besides those home runs right there, but Erin as well. How cool is it to see you're catching those two girls, their first appearance here in the Women's College World Series? What do you have to say about their performance?
I think it's really cool just giving them an opportunity to shine and really show what they're able to do. Sage came out ready to compete. It didn't go her way a little bit, but Erin picked her up, and I think she really dealt on the mound tonight.
Any more questions for players? Okay, players, you're dismissed. Thank you. Questions for Coach Weekly? Okay, we'll go start second row left.
Cora Hall, the Knoxville News Sentinel. Karen, I want to ask you about the Twins. First for Gabby, you moving her into the leadoff spot during Supers. Just what kind of mental game does it take to be able to adjust from hitting later in the lineup to now you're leading off every game of the postseason in elimination games, and for Alana to start tonight and have the performance she had?
Yeah, I think it takes just trusting that what you're doing where you were in the lineup, we just need you to do that and not do anything different. And I think that's why it worked. Both she and Ella just took the approach, and you could hear them talking to each other in the batting cages last week. Hey, just be us. We don't have to do anything different just because we're moved to, higher up in the lineup, and that's what's made it work. She was just having such good at-bats. I mean, last week it was a situational thing because she'd seen the ball off Jordy Ball a little bit better than some of the others. But I just liked her confidence, the way she stepped in and out of the box between pitches, the way she was handling her at-bats, the way she responded if the at-bat wasn't what she wanted. And I just thought, this has worked, so let's just keep going with it.
Okay, we'll go front row left.
The Daily Beacon, Karen, how has Carlin handled these last 24 hours, and what did you see from her in that lone inning?
Carlin is a competitor, and even though we all know there's multiple things in that game that lead to the end result, and we win and we lose together, Carlin was shouldering a lot of that last night, and I think and that's just because she is such a competitor, but I think her teammates really, really picked her up today as the day went on. She was ready to come out and compete, and I know she wanted the ball today, and we wanted to kind of get her right back on the horse.
More questions? Okay, we'll go front row left again.
I'll ask the same thing I asked the players. Everyone had a hit in the lineup. What does it say about the team's depth hitting to come out and perform that way?
Even when we have struggled to put up runs this year, we've never wavered in our confidence with our team's offensive abilities. And I think just the job Craig has done with them, continuing to pour positivity into them and making sure that they believe, like, hey, we're one swing away from really getting hot. And I felt like we performed well offensively last night. And then today, we just didn't miss a beat. We came in ready to attack. For example, Alana, you watch her at bats in practice over the last several weeks, and she's still working really, really hard. Other people who've come in off the bench, you're just watching and going, they're not taking any reps off because they're not in the starting lineup, and really making me as a coach think twice about using them situationally, and giving me a real comfort level that I know they're prepared.
Okay, we go second row left.
Karen, just what was going through your mind in the first inning when you see the hits starting to get strung together and then all of a sudden you guys are up 7-0?
Well, I'm happy for them because it's nice when your hard work does pay off. And then also, not going to lie, I'm thinking, okay, we can take some outs off Carlin. And what a great opportunity for Sage to get her first World Series experience when she could kind of breathe out there, you know, and also Aaron. And Sage got us 6 big outs, and so did Aaron. Those are huge outs. And, you know, we're taking this thing one game at a time. But we also know it's going to take an entire staff to come back from losing your first game and stick around here for a while.
Okay, we go front row, Willie.
Willie Gillespie, OU Daily. After that Oklahoma loss, you guys had to pivot quickly. Offense was strong, dominant today. What's the mindset, the mentality, knowing how much talent you're going to face, you know, so rapidly over the weekend and, you know, into the rest of the tournament? You know, what's the message to the players?
Well, I mean, it's the World Series. Like, you come here knowing every team's going to be talented. You don't come here thinking you're going to get an easy road. I mean, you look at every team and you're like, dang, they're good. That's why they're here. And they've earned being here, and they've played really tough through regionals and super regionals to get here. So it's not going to get easier. We just, you know, we've got to embrace the hard. And I think we do that.
Okay, front row left again.
How important is it over these last 2 weeks to have gotten those first inning starts, and how do you continue to make sure that is an emphasis?
You mean offensively? Wow, if I knew how to continue to make sure we scored runs every first inning, we'd have won a whole lot of championships by now. You know, it's big when you can get some momentum early, okay? It doesn't mean you're going to win the ball game, but we've just gotten better and better. And I think we did a really good job of turning the page after the SEC tournament and recognizing that postseason is a brand new season. And then even each weekend, we go back to it's 0-0. It's 0-0. And, you know, now we're in a, you know, win or go home situation. We were there last weekend against Nebraska. And I think our kids have proven that they can do that. And that gives you a lot of confidence when you get put in a situation and you come out on the other side of it.
Okay, we go second row left.
Karen, over the last, 24 hours, could you sense that they were just ready to get back out there, and in the way their demeanor and their conversations, just was there anything that you saw that kind of let you know that they were ready for something like this?
Two things last night in the locker room. It was, hey, get our heads up. There's no time to feel sorry for ourselves. Blank happens, and it just did. And we can't dwell on it. We can't try to pick it apart. We'll just get ready to play ball tomorrow. And our backs are against the wall, and we've been here before, and let's go do this. And then this morning when I walked into breakfast, it was just all laughter and noise and joking and smiles, and you never would have known what happened last night. And that's the way you want your team to be, that you watch them play, you don't know if they're up 10, down 10. You just want them showing up energetic, playing free, and playing for each other every minute.
Any more questions? Okay, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
to say something, but. Huh? Yeah. Well, like Jesse came in, Jesse, I'm like, hey, and he was like, oh, thank you. It's like, you know me. I'm like, I do. Who? Deadline was like 2 weeks ago. I'm trying, like, they're petitioning to get me and the student in right now. It's not looking good either. I was at my first job when they went in 2012, so I didn't know, but it was like 2 weeks ago. So. All right, we are joined by Florida head coach Tim Walton and players Kendra Falby, Reagan Walsh, and Corby Otis. A reminder to please silence your cell phones, everyone, and to give your name and media affiliation when you get the mic to ask a question. No recording of the press conference is allowed with your cell phone, and make sure to use the raise hand function if you're on the Zoom if you want to ask a question. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach Walton, then go to questions for just the players, dismiss the players, then go to questions just for Coach Walton. So if you have an opening statement, feel free.
Oh yeah, just want to congratulate my six seniors. Obviously, the three that are up here have meant a lot to our program, but just everybody, just behind the scenes with the hard work that we put in. To our fans, obviously, to get a chance to watch these guys play ball, and it's going to be probably the most sad part about this season for me coming to an end is just the relationships that we've built. Really just super happy and proud of the job, the development, the personal development, the player development that these guys have had in our program. So not a ton to really say other than thanks to these guys for all they've done for Gator Nation and their hard work and sacrifice. And these two here next to me played 4 years for us. Reagan's been committed for a long time. Kendra's been committed for a long time, and Corby's a newcomer who just collected a ton of awards along the way. But just really thankful for all of our seniors and their leadership and good season. Obviously today was a terrible day. But still a good season for the Gators. We had just really proud of the obstacles we overcame and just lost, but yet we still won in my mind. Just how much we came together and how much fun we had along the way.
Questions for players? Okay, we go first row right.
Excuse me, Noah Ram with the Gainesville Sun. All three of you guys being seniors, just what's not the way you guys ended, but what's going through your mind now with, two of you being here 3 times and then Corby, now you being here, back-to-back years?
I'm just so proud of this group. We fought so hard. We worked so hard every single day before getting here. I'm just thankful. I'm thankful to be a part of Gator Nation. I'm thankful to have played 2 years and ended 2 seasons at the World Series. That's what 8-year-old Corby dreamed of doing. So I'm really excited to have done that.
Trying to figure out if I can get more eligibility. I think I might sleep in this jersey forever.
Yeah, we're stealing them.
Yeah. Being a Florida Gator has been the best decision of my life, and if I could do it over again, I would do it again and again and again. Coach Walton took a girl who was lost and didn't really know who she was and turned her into someone that is going to be able to achieve anything, and I don't even know if I have words to say how proud and thankful I am to have you in my corner. And my parents always said, come into a program and make it better than where you found it. And I just hope that the people that I've been able to come across, that I've left a legacy that will be remembered forever. And just not only just on softball field, but the people that I've met through it all have just been people that will be in my corner forever. Ree and Reagan we're the only 2 left. I've been here for 4 years. And I'm just so happy to have her and things that she's done along the way. And Corby, Dr. Otis is literally going to be doing heart surgery on everybody. I'm just so thankful to be a Gator and just to end my career here, because a lot of people can't say that they did that.
And then Reagan and Corby, you guys last at bat, again, not the way you guys wanted, but both you guys hit home runs. To end like that, talk about how how special that is here in OKC.
Obviously it doesn't feel great given the outcome, but like I said, that was 8-year-old Corby's dream, is to give her dad a home run ball. So I got to do that.
Yeah, I wasn't going to go down without a fight. That was my mindset the whole entire at bat. Not knowing if it was going to be my last or not, but I was going to fight. And like Corby said, this is something we dreamed of since we were little kids, and being able to give our parents the home run balls is something really special. So.
Okay, we'll go second row right.
Chris Harry, FloridaGators.com. Kendra, do you have one enduring memory or image of something that may have happened in the last 4 years? I'm sure you have multiple ones, but is there one that maybe sticks out more than any other?
Coach Walton coming out in a blow-up suit for Halloween because I love Halloween. So we took it to like another level, and he came out in like a big alien, like an alien riding he was like an alien riding cowboy or like something crazy. But like that just shows how much fun we had. Like it was softball, but like it was so much more than that. Like we came to the field every day and just had so much fun. Had so much fun on the bus. Like we would shake the bus. Like what coach lets their players shake the bus before a game? Coach Walton. Like I don't know. If you're not a Florida Gator, you need to be one, because this place is just amazing.
More questions for players? Okay, thank you, players.
Thank you, Go
Thank
Gators.
you. Go Gators forever.
Questions for Coach Walton? Okay, we'll go front row right.
Tim, Noah Ram with the Gainesville Sun. I just have to ask first, the decision to start Kara, why, what was the reason for that decision?
Yeah, we've been fighting a blister with Keegan for a while, so just came apart yesterday. Came apart actually on Saturday against Georgia in the game, so we've been fighting that for a little bit. Felt like it was our best chance to give. We weren't going to. Kara was going to go one time through. The whole goal, same thing we had at Oklahoma, get 9 outs and then bridge the gap. Maybe let Keegan throw at the end, but just trying to give it. I mean, ultimately, she could have pitched today, and being good or not good, we don't know what that would have been. But we've got a long road to go, and you blow her out in the first inning of this game, and then what? I know we're done now, but the decision was really to just try to go as much as we can with everybody else, given the circumstances.
And then on that note, with Keegan, still you said it was Saturday, so what can you say now that she went through all of Sunday against Georgia, all of yesterday? Went the distance, both times in that game.
Yeah, we spent a long time in the locker room just, just sharing our thankfulness, but, thankful for Caitlin Towers, our trainer, our medical staff, obviously do a great job of getting our athletes what they need and putting that, and again, no excuses. Keegan would have started today just like yesterday, but given the circumstances in the loser's bracket, if this is a winner's bracket game today, Keegan's pitching, just didn't make sense for us to throw her out there and try to go through, however many games in a row, give her a chance to get that thing. When you pop a blister, when the skin comes off, it's a little tougher. So putting a little bit of, I don't even want to call it second skin on there, but she's been dealing with it for a long time. That's the difference. Actually, I said Saturday, it was Friday against Georgia late in the game. That's where the rise ball's a little flatter on Saturday, just so that we're not making excuses. It just is what it is.
Okay, the next question will be on Zoom from Eric Lopez.
Yeah, Eric Lopez, D1 softball coach. Obviously, your players care so much about the program. Did they care too much? Did you sense any pressing from your offense here this week?
No, I didn't. I mean, I think the two starts pitchers that we faced, both have all in front of their name. They're both All-American. So, yeah, we didn't swing the bat very well, but I think a little bit has to do with the pitchers we faced. The rest of the game today, obviously, you're down 7-0 versus, tied in the 7th inning. It's probably a different swing pattern. But, no, I didn't think they were pressing too much, Eric. I think we just weren't good enough. We just didn't swing the bat well enough this weekend or whatever day it is to win. But I don't think they were pressing. They didn't show that to me that they were nervous or pressing at all.
Okay, we get the second row on the right.
Yeah, Tim, I know you go through this every year, but just candidly, how hard is it to keep it together when these girls get up here and say the kind of stuff that the emotions that must be going through your mind after, being around them for so much?
Yeah, I'm obviously gonna, be able to give, Brooke Bernard and Riley Holtorf and Kara Hammock their due as well, being seniors. But yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's never easy. Just being able, but listening to Kendra obviously, and and Reagan. Corby's just she's a one of one. I mean, just the uniqueness about her ability to play ball, but also carry herself in the way she can and speak, and she's amazing. But they're all amazing. I mean, I said that yesterday. I mean, I'm one of the luckier guys in the world getting to coach athletes like this, and and for Kendra to say what she said about me, but not only forget about me, our program, and just all the things that all of our support staff and the amenities that our athletes have, and for them to feel at the end of their career fully grateful for everything. We've got to talk about Tony Meacham, our academic advisor, and all the things that he does. Mike Childs, our nutritionist. They just, it's a very special place, Florida. It's a very unique environment where any athlete that walks through the doors, whether you play softball or you play football, you're going to be treated like the best athlete in the entire country until you graduate, and then you're going to be a Gator for life. And that's what these guys are, and I'm really proud of the opportunity that I've had. And I've grown a lot coaching some of these guys. I've had to learn, to dress up on Halloween because it really makes your center fielder happy. Okay, I'll do it, let them shake we had to tell our bus driver one time, hey, don't get too close to the curb. You're going to get a curb check here in a minute. And he's like, what? There it is. I've grown a lot. I'll be honest with you. The athletes, a lot of coaches say that, it's a different time and all this stuff. And it is, but you still have to grow as a person, as a coach. And I think I'm growing. And obviously I love these guys on the stage, and I've got, the players in the locker room. I feel bad for them. And I take to Eric's question, I take full responsibility for our team not being, didn't show better at the College World Series. We had obviously a tough regional, a tough super regional, and to get here, and we just went as business as usual. We did everything the same as we always did, but apparently, not apparently, obviously, should have done a little bit more. Should have done something a little bit different because we weren't obviously ready to go like we should be.
Okay, last one, front row right.
Tim, again, just still a season you guys made it here. A season you guys were in the top 10 pretty much the entire season. Do you just, looking ahead now, do you just chalk this up as to a couple of bad games, or like how do you, what could potentially change, or if anything, for next season?
Yeah, I think that's a tough question sitting here now, looking back at the season we've had, and our ability to, we've beaten most teams this year. We've obviously lost, a ton of games in my mind, and 18 losses is a ton. But yeah, no, I've never been satisfied. We lost 5 games one year, and, how can we get better? So I'm never satisfied. We've got players on our team that have to develop a little bit more. We've got coaches on our staff that have to do a little bit more. And there's a lot of things. And I think I said this in our our super regional. We're having to modify our training methods because we have more athletes coming into our program that are injured along the way. So we just have to figure out how we can do a better job to still put pressure on our athletes, get them tougher, get them stronger without impacting their normal career after the softball, their life. So we got to do a better job of that. It's hard to really turn up the pressure and push and push and push and push. So we got to do it in a way. Our pitchers, pitching is important. But Keegan hasn't had that training, and we've got to do some things just a little bit different but smarter. To make sure we still, number one, take care of our athletes the right way, putting pressure on them mentally and physically, but still, doing what's right. So. But we're always, we could have won the World Series here, and you could ask me that same question. Obviously, you'd ask me in a different way, and I'd tell you the same thing. We're always striving to try to get better, recruit better players, recruit better coaches, recruit everything we're trying to do. Every time we make a change, we want to impact the team and the program in a positive way. So, but really proud of my team and the season we've had. Disappointed, but definitely proud nonetheless.
Okay, that'll wrap things up.
Okay, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Go Gators.